Well, first of all, the last time I really was involved with him physically, was at our Pan-African Culture Festival. And he was getting down. He was dancing. Everybody wanted to dance but the mayor. At that time, of course, he was the mayor. And so he was at our park right next to Shape Community Center. And we were celebrating our Pan-African Cultural Festival, and he was swinging out. He was dancing, two-stepping, three-stepping, he even did a six-step. I didn't know he knew how to do it. But I remember, that's the fun moments. And the other times was when I would go to city council, and he was always respectful, always respectful, always respectful. And I guess what, the building that we have on Live Oak, the heartbeat of Shape, when it caught on fire, I thought about him because, we were having a different kind of heat in Shape Community Center months ago, meaning our air conditioning was not working. It was gone. I called him and he said, Deloyd, how much is it going to be? I said, well, I don't know. He said, well, keep it under 25,000. I said, excuse me? He said, get it put in. I got somebody to install a central air conditioner in that building at Live Oak, and the mayor made sure that it was done correctly, legally, and above board, and he was responsible for us. So the painful part of that is that the building caught on fire about a year, less than a year after that. But we saved the air conditioner, and we saved the memory of Sylvester, the mayor, the congressman, whatever, all other things he was. He was real. And the thing that I remember most about him is you never had to fix your words, just say what you felt. And he was able to interpret accurately, correctly, and on time what you were saying. So to this very day, I will remember him because he was a natural born leader. And everywhere he went, he led. But he didn't forget the importance of, Sylvester, we were talking one time and he said, when you work with the people, you have to make sure of several things. One, your head doesn't get too big. Because when your head gets too big, you go above the people. Or go below the people. But what Sylvester said you always have to do is walk with the people. He didn't just walk with the people, he danced with the people. So I remember his dance, his walk, and his profound words. Walk with the people. When you walk with the people, you'll never be out of step.
He's been a very good supporter for us and stuff, because he always there for us and stuff, helping the black folks and stuff, and trying to help everybody, get together and be there for each other.
And if there's one thing you remember about him that you'll never forget, what would that thing be?
Him at the park dancing, laughing, and enjoying himself with everybody.
In his memory, I would just like to say that he contributed a lot to the community of Houston, not just Acres Home. He contributed a lot to the entire city, and he will be greatly missed by all of us.
Well, I feel like his impact here in Third Ward has been very, very great. As a matter of fact, he was the speaker for the Jack Yates High School graduation class in 1993, of which my son was a member of that class. He has also been a speaker at my church, at Jerusalem Missionary Baptist Church, 2201 2M Avenue, which is right across the street from Emancipation Park. And there are a lot of things he had done constructively here in Third Ward. But also, I would have to add to that, he was also a dynamic speaker and leader in the Acres Home Health Center. Acres Home Health Center, Acres Home Community, because I was there and worked in Acres Home Health Center for several years as director of the Acres Home Health Center. So he's a very inspirational, a very influential person, and a very Christian speaker, dynamic speaker.
And the funnest thing about him is always that he loved to dance. And so every year we would have our annual Pan-African Cultural Festival, and just to see him on the stage with our African dancing drummers and having a good time, showing some of the younger children some of the different steps in African dance, it was always amazing to be around his energy. But I also appreciate so much of what he did, because as at SHAPE, being a community center, a cultural center, The way that he advocated for equity in funding for all of the organizations that may not be pushed to the forefront. So making sure that we had access to funding to keep centers like SHAPE going is of course super important to us. And he was a champion for centers just like ours. So I'm always grateful for that. And just being able to be close to him proximally, he was never the kind of person that kept you away from access. And I can appreciate that about him. Even after he wasn't the mayor anymore, I told him I always just thought of him never as our former mayor, but as our forever mayor, because he's always going to be in our hearts that way.